Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. More Blood and Plunder here as we keep working our way through the French forces. Today we're taking a look at a slightly different one than the French army, and that is the French raiders. Again, same time period as the whole book tends to cover here. Again, we're in Raise the Black. So force special rules is really what's building this force, what's making it unique. And really that first of the two special rules is the specific one here. So if the force contains at least as many Native American units as French units, all units gain Quick as a special rule, which is fantastic. Quick, if you recall, basically if the unit's activated with a spade card and it's not engaged in melee, you can take a free move at any point during the action, which really lets you play into kind of like hit and run tactics, getting out from cover, maybe shooting at the enemy, and then using that free move to duck back or get out of sight, or just other fun maneuvering. So, and again, the fact that we can get free actions throughout the game, ideally if we're playing a lot of spades, is going to add up, right? If we can take more actions than the opponent to outplay them, kill more of their units, right? Eventually that's going to just build up to where, you know, we're taking that many more actions still because we have more forces than they have left and stuff like that. If we can start wiping out units, that it's just going to create a snowball effect. And with the way that the game works, with actions always being at a premium, so anytime we can gain free things, that's a fantastic thing to have, and not paying any points for it or other hindrances or downsides. So that is really the gist of this force, right? And it's a raider's force, right? So that's kind of making sense there. It is a more aggressive one too. You get a +2 when determining the attacker in a scenario, so you have that. And you have a nice little selection of units here, basically 3 core, 3 support. So we got the Milice Canadian, the Braves, so there's a native unit, right? So we know what our natives are. Young Braves as well. Then the support, we get some more specialized one. We got the Coureurs de Bois, the Nices, and then the Compagnie Franche de la Marine, so basically the French Marines. So a good selection here, not necessarily all that many, right, compared to some of the forces out there that have just a huge list of units, but again, it's not like this massive frontline force like the French army would be, for example, right? It's a very specific force with a very specific lean towards it and sort of those guerrilla ambush style tactics, and that's really what we want to take advantage of as much as possible. Command options, you're pretty spoiled on that part though. You get any of the standard commanders, of course, but then here's where, again, we can really fine-tune the list to what you want to do with some of these special characters. So you got Saint Ovide de Montbeton, Jean-Baptiste Hertel de Rouville, Bernard Anselme de Abadie de Saint-Castin. So fun name on that one. We'll cover all those in time if we haven't already, right? But keep their abilities in mind with this force, and it's really just a matter of then, you got essentially 4 commander choices, well, a little bit more, right? But any standard French commander just as a category, and then the named ones here. So factor that in with how you want to take advantage of this force and make the most of it. And then from there, it's, ideally, if we're going to be running this force, we really need to take advantage of the main special rule. So we're going to have at least a 50-50 distribution between natives and French units, if not more of the natives. Again, just depending on your particular lean or favor in this list. So overall, a fun one to try. You should already have probably some of the units. And again, that's the nice thing with the game as well. You can certainly test out and proxy things fairly easily across a lot of the forces if the units aren't necessarily that specific in how they're built or how they look. So easy to test out and then see if you really want to invest in going all the way through with a force here. So let us know in the comments, guys, if you have run the French Raiders. Which units do you tend to favor in this to get the mix? Are you going more 50-50 between natives and French, or are you going a little bit more heavy on the American side? And which of the commander options do you feel suits the list the best? Hit us up in the comments, like and subscribe, and we will have more Blood and Plunder for you soon.